And as I've talked to people here today, the word that keeps coming up is evil, disgusting. People knew how bad many of them have seen the video, but the idea that someone would take a video or a photo, of someone beaten to the extent that Tyre Nichols was and share that with people in the community, they're having trouble, frankly, processing it right now, Savannah.
Absolutely. Just yet another layer of heartbreak here. And of course, it makes you wonder what his family's thinking and feeling, hearing that, knowing that an image like that was shared of their son. And Tyre Nichols' parents were at the State of the Union last night, of course, as the guests of President Biden. He said something good must come from his death. But have we heard from them on these revelations about the fact that this image was sent?
Savannah, I was thinking the same thing as this news came out last night, and then we all watched the family sitting there. And while in a way it was great to see them recognized, people give them a standing ovation, I also had a moment there where I was thinking to myself, imagine being this family, and 1 week you're going from having dinner with your son, he and his father went to the same job every day, worked many of the same shifts together, to now being on the national stage, coming to DC, and everyone watching you mourn publicly. Right. The family hasn't commented yet directly on Demetrius Haley texting these photos, but they have made clear to make sure that people in the community, as they have discussed these things, know that as the family knows and their attorneys and the DA knows at this point, there's no personal connection between Demetrius Haley and Tyre Nichols. And that's been a major thing. They want people to not spread rumors about this. Mm-hmm. They want them to remain focused on the facts of this case here out of respect for the family and the case.
Absolutely. Antonia, what an observation to think there about that family being in that room, though it's not ever a conversation they wanted to be a part of. Thank you so much for reporting, Antonia. All right. There you go. There you go. They're saying it's not true. And until we get until we get proof, we're going to say it's not true. Stop spreading this rumor. Stop it. Y'all are being distracted by the real problem. And let me tell you what the real problem is here. The real problem is the leadership of the Memphis Police Department. But nobody wants to talk about that. But that is the true problem. Like I've said before, the fish is rotting from the head. And in order to save the body, you got to cut off the head. Here's my thing. We have a police chief that made that culture. That is the culture. You have to change the culture. That's it. That's how you change this police department, is to change the head of the police department, change the culture, have a new culture in there, get these guys checked out, mental health exams at least once a year to make sure that they are stable to hit the streets. You have to remember that these people are human too. They have real human problems, just like we do. And they're on a high stress job. We can't look at them like they're just totally Superman or something. You got to know that these guys are going through the same thing that you might be going through, or you might be going through, or you might be going through. That officer may be going through the same thing. And when you're having a bad day and you're at work, you don't like fooling with other people all the time. So just think, if you were a police officer and you had to start fooling with people, and you're already having a bad day, guess what? This day might just get worse for somebody. All right, let's get into this, man. All right, where was I? That revelation was contained in documents released Tuesday as part of a Memphis Police Department request to decertify the 5 officers charged in the brutal January 7th assault on Nichols. Decertification means the former officers can no longer serve as police anywhere in the state. Demetrius Haley, one of the 5 officers fired on January 20th, sent the photo according to the documents. He was also the officer who physically forced Nichols out of his vehicle during the initial traffic stop and deployed his chemical irritant spray directly close up to the subject's eyes. Documents from Memphis Police Inspectional Service Bureau said. This dude is just straight evil. So he was the initial one that grabbed him out of the car. He was the one that pepper sprayed him. He was the one that took the pictures. The culture of this police department is evil. It's evil. Now, I know people say, well, he was the first one. He was the first one to grab him out. It had to be personal. We don't have that proof. Find proof. Somebody send me a link. Send me a link of a credible source that is saying that this is true. Show me something. Until then, I'm not going to say that Tyre was messing with his ex-wife or ex-girlfriend or whoever.